Hello! I got a new toy, this GoPro camera, and I want to try it out before my first online class in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna give you a tour of what's growing in my garden very, very early in the springtime. We're in my backyard right now. It's beautiful. Can you hear the peeper frogs? It's my very favorite thing about the very early spring. A dream come true to have a house on the woods that has northern peeper frogs. Z is here. I'm gonna start the tour. Here we go. We're gonna start over here. Very corner. Everything looks a little disheveled, but that's how I like it. This is stinging nettle. Early spring, lots of stuff looks dead, but it's not. It's just fooling. Here is a baby fig tree. Made it through the winter. It's got little buds on it. Baby fig. Swiss chard. Made it through the winter. Happy Swiss chard. Reishi, my dog, barking in the house. Little weeds. Purple dead nettle and some cress. Cress is edible. It's all over this yard. It's in the mustard family. Big, beautiful, bushy rosemary that made it through the winter. Yummy rosemary. That's gonna apparently be very tree-like in the future. Most of these plants are only 1 year old, the perennials, because I started them last year. This was an annual garden mostly, so it's all just weeds, just hanging out, overwintering, waiting for some fresh compost and some seeds. Zia, you want to come in the garden with me? No, you're just playing with some sand? Okay. All right, let's go in the garden. Very, very early Asian pear. Buds. I'm gonna open up probably tomorrow. Look at that beauty. Now moving on in here. This is a blueberry bush. This is catmint. Smells delicious. Good pollinator attractor. This is little wood sorrel. Hi, wood sorrel. Tastes yummy. Good little happy volunteer plant. Another rosemary. This is catnip. Really happy catnip plants. Catnip is also in the mint family. Really good even good for little kids. Another blueberry. Thyme, big creeping thyme plant here, right next to a bunch of strawberries. This is the little strawberry patch. Started from just a couple last year. More catnip. Oregano. Let's see, more thyme. Surrounding another Asian pear tree. Beauty. Oh, I forgot, over here against the fence, we have some elderberry cuttings. Beautiful, doing really well from last year. Z is over there playing in the compost bin. She likes doing that. Let's see. Oh, sage. Garden sage. Big, happy. I think there's 5 of them. Over here, this is valerian. The root, valerian root for people who have trouble sleeping. This here, this stick-looking thing here, this is a cutting of red currant. Zia, you want to come in the garden? No, still playing with dirt? Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is Portuguese red thyme. It's nice and bushy. Gorgeous. This little tree right here. This is Zia's tree. This is a hybrid persimmon tree that we planted right after she was born. Her placenta is actually buried underneath this tree. It's very, very wonderful. It was a great ritual that we did together when she was only about a couple months old in the fall 2019. We have this beautiful Eastern red cedar tree that was here when we moved in, and I really can't wait to see it grow. See a bunch of these sticky things. These are evening primrose flowers that survive, or that grew last year, that I let just stay over the winter because the seeds provide good forage for birds. I think want to keep a lot of the standing dead stuff over the winter. Ooh, this is exciting. Can you see this? This is a peach tree that is going to have its first open flower. Oh, well, it kind of already does. Very exciting. Peach tree, Zia. Peach tree. Zia is currently standing in a big square that I'm going to seed with micro clover. This whole area of the yard can't grow, hasn't been able to grow anything in it yet, so we unloaded, Zia and I unloaded an entire compost bin worth of compost into this area a few days ago, let it get rained on, and we're gonna wait until the temperatures are right, and we're gonna seed micro clover, which never has to get mowed because it's very tiny, and hopefully we'll have our first green patch that we can walk on and sit on and do yoga on, and we can move those cute little slides that a friend just brought us over there. Zia wants to hang out with the chickens. And let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this is creeping oregano. Yummy. Over here we have a little bed of anise hyssop, another wonderful smelling tea plant, good for anxiety and sleeplessness. These are the anise hyssop flowers that dried and have all the seeds. These are the seed heads. Grows very easily from seed. This is a mint plant. Chocolate mint. More mint, more mint. That's lavender over there. We have 2 beehives right here that are from swarms I caught and put there last spring. Did really well. They both overwintered. They've been doing a lot of house cleaning. There are a bunch of dead bees in the front. I still haven't gone in there yet this spring because it hasn't quite been warm enough for me to do a full inspection, and I'm kind of slow. I want to be able to have enough time in there to see what really is going on. But they did make it over the winter. They're hardy bees. It's really exciting to have bees and to have gotten them from swarms that were, a few friends told me about. Really, really great, really hardy bees. Can't wait to do more bee updates in the future this year. We got our little baby birds. Well, not babies. They are fully mature, productive, laying barred rock, Plymouth rock hens. 13 of them in here. Say hi, ladies. They're very excited about the weather too. Let's see, this last year was mostly a patch of milky oats, an annual that only takes a couple months, so it's pretty fallow in here. I'm just doing some raking, slow and steady cleanup to put some more compost back here. we have another compost pile that can be emptied into this area, and then we're gonna do more milky oats and some spilanthes. I've always really wanted to grow spilanthes or spilanthes. It's a plant that is great for toothaches, for teething babies, for dental issues. It has like a little numbing agent, and it's gentle and safe and effective for mouth problems. I'm pregnant right now. I'm 16 weeks pregnant, and one of the things that happens during pregnancy with increased circulation and blood flow in a woman's body is also that they have more sensitive gums. So it would be really nice to have that around and be able to spread it around also to other people who need it. Spilanthes, it's a plant I'm going to add to my repertoire, my herbal repertoire this year. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh yeah, some alpine strawberries. We have a group of those around, a cluster of those, and some creeping thyme that might have gotten eaten by the chickens when they hopped over this fence. I bet you ate the creeping thyme, didn't you? And this right here, this is another persimmon tree, like the other one that we planted for Zia to commemorate Zia's birth. I love persimmon trees. Someday I hope to be reincarnated as a persimmon tree, but that's another story for another day. And then back here, it looks like the last things we have. Wow, do you hear those peepers? I bet they're in this pool. Oh my gosh, they totally are. Who knew? Suburban microhabitat. That's my neighbor's yard. They made a peeper pond. Who knew? It's great. The last plant I want to show you is right here. This is another elderberry cutting that did really well against this back fence with almost no sun whatsoever last year. I'm excited for elderberries. Sorry, we cut that one off a little short because Miss Z took a spill, but she's okay, right? That was actually the very end of our garden tour of this very early spring. I'm happy that I got to show you all the little guys and girls and theys and thems and adorable little green things and animals, the bees and the chickens and the toddler here in our backyard. Stay tuned, we'll do a front yard video next, and then later in the season we'll show you the progress as we move on. Zia wants to show you the chickens, right? Yeah, we're gonna go in the woods now. These big, beautiful woods. Goodbye, peepers. Goodbye, people.